Viewer discretion is advised.
Boom, perfect timing.
A 911 call was made requesting a wellness check for Trevor Mullinax, who was experiencing a mental health crisis and was reportedly suicidal. Dispatch informed responding deputies that Mr. Mullinax may be armed and also had active warrants. Mr. Mullinax was seated inside a pickup truck on family property, while his mother, Tammy Beeson, stood nearby attempting to calm him down. The call was not initially a criminal complaint, but a request for help during a mental health emergency. Deputies from the York County Sheriff's Office arrived on scene. According to official investigative findings, deputies issued commands for Mr. Mullinax to show his hands. Deputies stated that Mr. Mullinax reached for and presented a shotgun, creating what they described as an immediate deadly threat. According to Mr. Mullinax's later lawsuit, deputies exited their vehicles with guns drawn and escalated the situation rapidly without meaningful de-escalation efforts. Within seconds of engagement, all four deputies, Michael Griffin, Daniel Taggart, Gary Pence, and Brian Whitesides, opened fire.
He's in it. Let me see your hands. Hands. Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. Okay, we got shots fired. Alpha! Bravo! Just help him. Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. Ma'am, get on the ground. Get on the ground, ma'am. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Hey, put your hands behind your back.
You've Got Bail is a social network built to do exactly what the name says, help get you out of jail. This is Phase 1, the Fifth Amendment Auto Plaque. I'm one of the co-founders, and once the technology is fully built out, you'll be able to sign up and be part of the network. Until then, this plaque is designed to help you protect your rights during a traffic stop. Because the reality is simple. Many traffic stops turn into investigations, and if you don't know what to do, it's easy to get caught up. This plaque gives you a clear system to follow. The key is consistency. Follow the steps. Don't improvise. Don't argue. This plaque is a tool, so use it like one. If you want one for yourself, there's a link in the description. Stand on your rights, stay calm, record everything. And if things still go wrong, you'll be in a much stronger position when it matters most in court. Again, if you want one, there's a link in the description to secure yours. Now back to the investigation. In the immediate aftermath, Trevor Mullinax was rushed to the Atrium Health Carolinas Medical Center, where he underwent emergency treatment for 9 gunshot wounds. Against all odds, he survived. According to Trevor Mullinax's lawsuit, deputies opened fire almost immediately, discharging approximately 47 to 50 rounds into the vehicle and striking him multiple times, including gunshot wounds to the head.
So as you just saw there, several shots were fired at that truck there you see on your screen that Trevor Mullinax was inside. His mother was also on the scene. Both of them survived. Mullinax says the deputies were only there for a welfare check.
When deputies could be seen on the body cam video, though, which we just got today, pulling up and seconds later shooting Mullinax. Mullinax's attorneys say he did have a gun, but it wasn't pointed at anyone. They had responded for a welfare check, but the attorneys believe Mullinax had a warrant out for him at the time that led to a somewhat different response, one that his attorney says was disproportionate.
Time and space are your friends in law enforcement. You don't go pull straight up to the front of the vehicle, and you definitely don't. If you watch, one of these officers literally had his gun in his hand and was trying to open the door of the cruiser before it even stopped moving. It's horrible. Almost 50 shots, including to the back of somebody's head. That person's not a threat.
They say Mullinax was considering suicide when law enforcement was called to help. Attorneys say his mother, Tammy Beeson, was standing by the car consoling him.
All we wanted was to get some help for my son. Never in my life have I ever imagined that I would be put in danger by someone on the law enforcement. You know, I have always supported police. I believe in the police. I still believe in the police. But I can tell you that it's hard to believe in the police when they destroyed everything that I believe in that day. And it has taken me a very long time to try and recover from that. I'm still recovering.
Almost 50 shots fired at somebody who was in need of help.
In dispatch audio and body camera footage shared by Mullinax's attorneys, you can hear investigators ask about warrants he had before the shots rang out.
York PD was looking for Trevor Mullinax last night.
They're saying it's burglary first and malicious injury.
Video shows when they arrived at the scene, officers tell someone at the home
he's got to go to jail.
But attorneys say those charges were later dropped.
They took he's got warrants and overlooked the fact that this initially was a welfare check from his cousin that said, we're just trying to get some help from our buddy.
In a statement to WCNC Charlotte, the sheriff's office stood by their actions, saying in part, quote, Mr. Mullinax chose to put these men in danger by pulling a shotgun. These deputies responded appropriately to the threat as they were trained to do. Had Mr. Mullinax made different choices that day, deputies would not have been required to use force. But attorneys say Mullinax planned to use the gun on himself and only wanted support, with Mullinax adding he hopes the suit helps others facing emotional challenges.
If it helps even one single person in this world to not have to go through what me and my family have, I'm okay with it.
The entire shooting occurred within just a few seconds, leaving little time for any meaningful de-escalation or communication. Following the incident, the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division launched an official investigation into the shooting. After reviewing the evidence, SLED concluded that the deputies were justified in their use of force, stating that Mr. Mullinax had presented a firearm during the encounter.
The York County Sheriff's Office responded saying Mullinex pulled a shotgun on deputies that day. Now, they went on to say that all of the deputies involved were cleared of any wrongdoing. The only individual that was found to have engaged in wrongdoing was Trevor.
I have vowed to do everything in my power to ensure that the York County Sheriff's Office does not lose another police officer in the line of duty. Because of that vow, I have certain expectations for the deputies that are under my command. If a suspect pulls a weapon on a man or a woman wearing the badge that says the York County Sheriff's Office, that situation is not going to end well for that suspect.
Sheriff Kevin Tolson says Trevor Mullinex was armed with a gun and had warrants for his arrest when deputies arrived.
Mullinex sustained multiple gunshot wounds and was transported to the hospital, where he informed medical personnel that he wanted to shoot himself, but then decided to have the police do it, and he grabbed the gun.
As a result of that finding, no deputies were criminally charged. Instead, Mr. Mullinex himself was charged under South Carolina law with pointing and presenting a firearm. Based on available public records, the final outcome of those charges against Mr. Mullinex is unclear. Nearly 2 years later, on May 5, 2023, Trevor Mullinex and his mother, Tammy Beeson, filed a civil lawsuit against York County and the Sheriff's Office. The lawsuit alleges that deputies used excessive force, failed to properly handle a mental health crisis, and acted negligently in the moments leading up to the shooting. Then, on May 3, 2024, Mr. Mullinex and his mother took the case to federal court, suing the individual deputies directly for violating his constitutional rights. By June 2024, those deputies had formally responded to the lawsuit, and the case moved into the discovery phase, where both sides began gathering evidence and preparing for a potential trial.
Former FBI agent M. Quentin Williams says tactically they could have taken a different approach.
The best thing that they should have done would have been to give themselves distance between them and the subject with cover, so that they could talk to the subject and perhaps talk him down from what he was doing.
In a statement after the sheriff's remarks, Mullinex's attorney said, quote, "It can't possibly be the policy of the York County Sheriff's Office to aggressively pull up directly in front of an individual who's having a well-documented mental health crisis with guns drawn and make a snap decision to fire 47 shots. Where was the de-escalation?"
What began as a call for help during a mental health crisis ended in a matter of seconds with nearly 50 rounds fired and a man left fighting for his life. According to state investigators, deputies acted lawfully in response to a perceived deadly threat, but according to Trevor Mullinex and his family, this was a situation that escalated far too quickly, one where de-escalation never had a chance. No deputies were criminally charged. A man in crisis called for help. Deputies arrived. Shots were fired within seconds. And years later, the most important question still hasn't been fully answered. Was this an unavoidable act of self-defense or a preventable tragedy? In September of 2025, the federal lawsuit against the deputies was settled, and the case was dismissed by the court. The terms of that settlement have not been publicly disclosed.